What's up, guys? We're back. We're here to talk about the Iran revolution. We're here to talk about the conflict that's going on in Iran. So, a lot of people are very confused about what's going on in Iran because honestly, it is pretty confusing to be fair. Because you have people on one side, well, there's really three sides. So, there's one side that's saying we should not be getting involved with any foreign countries. Doesn't matter what they got going on. We need to stop getting involved. We just went in Venezuela and took their leader. Now Donald Trump is flirting with the idea of going in and doing a regime change in Iran. I don't even know if he's flirting with regime change, but he did say, hey, those people in Iran are good people. If you shoot those people in Iran or if you hurt those people, we will come, which is absurd, but it's besides the point. And then there's people that's like, oh, well, Iran is actually a horrible country and they've been so oppressed and we got to go save them and we got to go save the people of Iran. Last week, they were just telling us we got to go save the people of Venezuela and they're in such a horrible place and we got to save. What's next? Where are we going to go next? Where do we need to say? We're going to go to Afghanistan again? We got to save the people in Afghanistan. Because I promise you right now, if we put an IG live, if we put a Twitch stream, we put a YouTube live, somebody went live in TikTok in Afghanistan, it would look like they need some saving as well. There's a lot of places that need saving. I mean, we can go down the list. We can go down the list of every place that needs saving. We're going to be here for the rest of eternity over here trying to save people. Right? And the founding fathers had it right. They had a great quote. I'm pretty sure it was John Quincy Adams. He said, if we go around looking for monsters to slay, then we're going to become the monsters or something like that. You know, because there's evils out there. Even back then in the 1700s when he wrote that, there's always was evils. There was always evils. But, you know, we're not the Avengers. You know, we can be the Avengers over here. We can be the Avengers in this region. You know, maybe North America, South America. We can be the Avengers in that. But we're not the global. We're not the global superhero Avengers force. We're not the global Justice League where we can just go out to every single country and okay, we're going to save these guys. We're going to overthrow this government. We're going to put our boots in the ground over here. We're going to put, because as much power as America has, and we are the biggest superpower in the world, we're the most powerful country, no doubt. You got the most powerful military. Nobody wants to see us. Nobody wants to see America. We know that. We know that. We have a extremely formidable force, the most formidable in the world. However, we only have a certain amount of people. We only have a certain amount of guns. And we only have a certain amount of money and resources and ammo. Sure, we could just keep printing money, but what does that mean? Inflation. So, and for what exactly? To save these girls in burqas? And then what's going to happen when we leave? Are their burqas going to get put back on, or they're going to are they going to vow to never have burqas on again? What do we think is going to happen? We can go and look back at Libya, the country that Hillary Clinton famously said, "We came, we saw, he died." And then she does this extremely evil, devilish laugh. He came, he saw, he died. You can just see how happy she was with just destroying somebody's whole country and lineage and killing somebody and killing a leader and just overthrowing the government. I mean, I'm sure it felt good. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure she felt very fulfilled doing that. She felt very powerful. And that's That's the downside. That's the fall. You get drunk with that power, and it's not good. It's not good. Now you think you can go around and just overthrow anybody. Now, and not to get too much into that, but there's the third case. There's the third side of the story where the people are like, well, this is all fake. This is this is my favorite side. This is all fake. These people are crisis actors. They're paid protesters. They're people we've sent over there, or Israel, or Mossad, or whoever. Maybe they've been there for a while. Maybe they've just got new people in there. And they're like, all right, we're going to riot. They're rioting. They're rioting. They were paid to riot. It's all facilitated. It's all calculated. And this side does make a lot of sense because, like I said, it's my favorite side. There were videos of protesters burning down a mosque. Hold on a minute. Muslims burning down a mosque? Why are Muslims burning down a mosque? Now, I think Islam is ridiculous, personally. But one thing I do know about Muslims is they don't burn down their own place of worship. That's like one of the rules, probably. They have to wash their feet and wash their hands before they pray, and they pray 8 billion times a day. And they pray over their food, and they pray before they pray. They say a prayer to get into their prayer. They pray before they go to church, and when they're about to pray in church, they say a prayer just to make sure that prayer is prayed over. And then they're going to burn their mosque. Ridiculous. I'm not believing this at all. This is absurd. So, and it's just, I mean, it's just too rich for me. You know, it's too rich. I'm on the that side that I don't really believe it side. I mean, all sides kind of have a little bit of truth in there. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be expanding our resources and our military and our Delta Force and our Air Force and all this stuff to go around and try to occupy all these different countries. I have no problem. No, no, no. I'm not one of these um oh, we should never, we world peace, we should never be trying to get land or trying to, that's just not how the way this works. We do have to expand. We do have to expand. We do have to conquer to a certain extent. I am a Christian. I do believe that you know, I do love everybody, and I don't want to see violence. I want to see the least amount of violence as possible. But that peace stuff, that everybody just live in peace, because what you're really saying is, because there's a lot of people like Sneeko and these other people that are like, we shouldn't interfere with anybody, we shouldn't fight with anybody, we shouldn't conquer anybody, we shouldn't take resources from anybody. But it's like, what you're saying is world peace. We should be peaceful. Got you. Fine, that's perfect. Make sure China knows too. Oh, we're going to be peaceful? That's great. Does Russia know that? Does Russia know that we're doing this world peace thing? Got you. Okay, let's even say they all agree. Let's say they're all in on it too. We're all going to do world peace. Wait, hold on, China. Why are you guys building nukes? What are you doing? Why are you building nukes? I thought we're doing this peace thing. Oh yeah, just in case, just to be safe, and we just, it's science project. Okay, bet, yeah. Now we're building nukes. Now Russia's building nukes. Wait, hold on. What, I thought you guys said, oh well, we're just doing this and we're doing that. Well, you guys can't do that. Oh, you're gonna tell us what we can do? Says who? You're gonna, and then it's just back up again. It's just back up again. World peace. Yeah, I mean, it may be if there were no humans. Yeah, if there were no humans, then yeah, we could do that. But that's just not what happens. People don't get along. There's conflict. There's arguing. There's infighting. There's so much division. There's division in culture. There's division in race. There's division in religion. There's division in ideology. politics. I mean, anything. Maybe you slept with his girlfriend. There's so many things that it just needs one leaf to just fall out off the bottom just to blow the whole tree down. That made no sense, but you know what I mean by that. And that's just how it is when it comes to these political affairs. These affairs. That's really what it is. That's really what it come down to. So as long as we are going to be in a world where people are trying to conquer, people are trying to expand, people are trying to be as formidable as possible, people are trying to be as mighty as possible, we have to compete in that as well. We have to. You have to compete in it. That's just how the game goes. Either you're going to compete in it or the people that do compete in it are going to beat you and then you're going to be controlled by them. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. Every country is controlled by whatever big buddy country that they partner with. You know, like all the countries we help that we're allies with, they're not on our level. They're not on our level, but they help us out with a little bit of stuff. We give them some stuff, but we own them pretty much. We pretty much own them because we have more guns and nukes. So if we need them to do something, they do that thing. That's how the relationship goes. And China has little brothers. Russia has little brothers. That's just how it goes. What are we going to stop? We're going to stop getting more resources. We're going to stop competing because this is the competition of worldly affairs. It's hard to put morals into this. It's hard to put morals into this because if we need oil because we're about to get into some type of war or some type of conflict and we need oil and you aren't giving us oil, God, can you give us oil? What are we supposed to do here? What are we gonna do? This is what it is. This is kind of how life goes. It isn't good, it isn't bad, it's life. It's not good, it's not bad, it's life. We're in America. We are the number one superpower. People want to take us down. People want to see us crumble. People are doing everything they can to rip this country apart. So we have to take some drastic measures. Now, the oil that we got from Venezuela, is that coming to us? Probably not. And that sucks. Probably not. Probably not. But, maybe while they're shipping that oil to other foreign nations that probably don't even want to see America succeed, maybe some of that oil will drip onto our country on the way to Israel. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a couple of drops of oil on the way. And, maybe we'll get like a transaction fee or something. Some type of back door, maybe we'll get something in the back end or something like that. Or maybe we'll just get bragging rights. Maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe it's as simple as we can post on a new Trump edit on Twitter to get some camaraderie within the men in America to get us riled up. Because that's how you got to look at things now. Because when you look at it from a purely logical, constructive view, it's like, oh, we're doomed. Oh, we're just getting robbed. Oh, we just get robbed every day. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Getting robbed by Somalis now. Okay. Oh, we just more 20 billion to Israel. Right. Yay. You can't look at it at that lens because, you're just going to want to jump off a cliff. You're going to want to quit in life. You're not even going to want to go out and talk to girls anymore because inflation is so crazy. You can't even afford anything. You know what I'm saying? And then you just get now some guys from Rwanda just came and stole 10 zillion from the government. And you're like, oh, man, whew. When is my turn? When is going to be my turn to succeed? When is my turn to shine? And you're going to be waiting on that time for a while, buddy. So we got to look at things on the positive end of the spectrum. All right. Listen, the Trump edits, the nationality that we felt, that patriotism. Even though the oil probably is not going to come to us, we have to use that patriotism that we felt, and we got to come together and we got to turn that into something real, something for us, something that benefits us, right? Just like this whole Trump campaign, just like this whole Trump presidency. He's saying all the best things in the world that we've ever heard in sentence form. He's going to drain the swamp. Wow, the U.S. government that's been the most corrupt government for years. Lyndon B. Johnson and Reagan, and well, Reagan was all right. Lyndon B. Johnson and Woodrow Wilson and Richard Nixon. Man, Lyndon B. Johnson is just fucking horrible. I mean, type in Lyndon B. Johnson documentary, you probably won't sleep tonight. You know, we had a lot of nonsense going on. We had a lot of backdoor. We had a lot of deep state. We had people in the back. Who are these people? Can we vote for them too? Can we see what's going on? No, you can't. It's corrupt. That's what corruption is. And, you know, Trump said he's going to come in and he's going to put an end to all that. He's going to drain that. And the American people, we've never heard anything like this. You know, so of course he took it by storm. But he got in. When he got elected, he was like, "Oh, you thought I was going to drain the swamp? Huh. Huh. You know what? There's two genders. That's it. Relax. That's what I'll give you guys. There's two genders. Now go back to your jump in the coal mine. Trump, I thought you were going to drain the swamp. Shut up. Here you go. Two genders. There's two genders. Jump back in the coal mine, bro. That's what we got. So I think that we can take the campaign that he ran with, the great campaign that he had, all the great debates and the great moments and the great, you know, just talking points that he had, and we can turn that into something real. And that's when this country will start to change for the better.